Hey there, this is the Heir of Carthage bringing you a Rome Total War online commentary battle. As you can see, I'm playing as the Julii Romans, and my army's moving up here. I've got Praetorian cohorts up front. I have Roman archers in my second line, 4 units of them. Then I have 3 units of legionary cavalry and 3 units of Roman cavalry. Let's look at my opponent. My opponent is Chaos Legion Cyrus, C-U-D-L. He's playing as Carthage. He chose Carthage, and I was practicing as Rome this day, so I thought it'd be interesting to fight against my favorites. So he brings up his slingers, and they take a lot of missile fire real fast, and so some of them are routing. Pretty much all of them routed there. He only had 2 units of them, so I don't think that he hoped to win the missile fight there, and I took almost no archer casualties. So it's fortunate for me because let's take a look at his infantry. My opponent's playing with a more historically minded army. He's got a unit of Sacred Band here, and then he has pointy infantry all across the rest of the line. So he's not playing with all Sacred Band. So my opponent's pretty daring here, because pointy are pretty panicky, unfortunately. They shouldn't be, but they are. So I have my men, if you'll notice, I want you to notice my setup as Rome here. I spread my men out to where they had big gaps in between. This was an attempt to draw his phalanxes into singled out battle, and this will work to my favor. Now if you remember my video where I was talking to you about one way to deal with urban cohorts, as you can see my Praetorians are already around the side and sword fighting his men here, so that's going to help wear him down, and also now all of his men are separated and there's gaps in the line. So my archers are shooting his cavalry, trying to even out the numbers. As you can see, his cavalry over here is taking a lot of archer damage. Now here I made a bit of a micromanagement mistake. My horses end up catching on his phalanx, so I have to quickly try and pull them through, and I was trying to make it through the gap, but it didn't exactly work. So then I bring in a hammer and anvil strike on both these units. So right here what I'm attempting to do is collapse the center of his line and then wrap it up. And because they're pointy infantry, they rout quickly. That's unfortunate, really, because pointy would have been pretty tough men, pretty tough soldiers. These pointy also rout, and so now I'm just wrapping to either flank. But he brings in a huge cavalry strike here on my men, and that's really going to slow me down. He's hit me here with Sacred Band cavalry, and they're very tough. So my horses are getting slaughtered here. And as you can see, they rout, and my Praetorians are all that's left to deal with his cavalry. Now my men over here are getting beat pretty bad by his Sacred Band, but as you can see, I've completely collapsed his right flank. So now I have extra men to come and help finish the fight on his left flank. And I had another unit of cavalry, or my Praetorians routed there. Look at this fight here. They've like split a hole in my Praetorians here. My Praetorians ended up behind them. This is why, as Romans, you want to get phalanx units singled out, because well, here I made another micromanagement blunder. Brought my Roman cavalry right in the front of a phalanx. So in any case, this is what you want as a Roman. You want phalanx units to get spread out and singled out, because when they do, it takes away their strength. Because the strength of a phalanx was its impenetrable front side, but its exposed flanks are its weakness. So in any case, I surround the remaining Carthaginians in one big mob, and let's watch these Sacred Band go down in glory as they fight to the death. So as you can see, they're getting bottled up in here, and it's only a matter of time before they rout. Which they have. I think they're just fighting to the death. So all of those Sacred Band are going to be killed. So yeah, my opponent brought a pretty tough army. Like I said a couple of times before, it's unfortunate that pointy rout so easily. I really think they should have been able to give my men a better fight. But the game kind of overpowers Rome too. So in any case, the remainder of his forces are scattered now. He admits defeat.
From her generals, and this day is clearly our victory.
So the idea of this video was to show you how to fight phalanx factions without using urban cohorts. Urban cohorts can just assault the front of a phalanx, and sometimes Praetorians can I really should have used legionary cohorts, and I have used this tactic with legionaries before. But in any case, if you spread your men out and leave gaps in the line, this causes the enemy phalanx units to get spread out, and it lowers their morale because they have exposed flanks, and then they break easier when you bring in hammer and anvil strikes. So in any case, as you can see, I had 980 kills there, and my opponent, Chaos Legion Cyrus, CUDL, had 356 kills. Good game to Cyrus. He played well. I was lucky my strategy worked there because he had a tough army.